Episode 1, Saffron Skies from the series, Whispers of the Heart Setting, Jaipur, India theme, Forbidden's love, unresolved longing punchline, in the rhythm of tradition, their hearts danced alone. In Jaipur, where the sunlight turns to honey on palace walls and the air smells of rosewater and cumin, stories are often written before love even breathes its first word. The city lives by tradition, thrives on expectation, and guards the boundaries of love with the same fervor it reserves for its gods. Anika Sharma belonged to a world of symmetry and silence. A renowned Kathak dancer from an esteemed upper-caste family, she had grown up rehearsing under watchful eyes, each spin and step perfected by discipline, not desire. Her dance was her duty, her grace, her obligation. Every movement was expected, every path already chosen. Arav Mehta was of a different rhythm altogether. Born into a lineage of temple musicians, his life played out in backroom rehearsal halls and prayer halls, far from the spotlight. He carried music like breath, natural, necessary, and wordless. He lived modestly, known only among musicians, respected in silence. Their paths crossed when Anika's troupe required a live sitar accompanist for the Holy Festival showcase. He was suggested by the musical director, an unconventional choice, perhaps, but one made in faith. Anika had not expected much. But the first note he played seemed to shift something in the air around her. It wasn't just sound, it was storytelling. His sitar spoke to something inside her long left unheard. What began as a professional pairing slowly morphed into an invisible thread, pulling them closer between rehearsals and after practice. It wasn't a conventional romance. There were no declarations, no dramatic gestures, but their souls learned each other's language. She danced more freely, he played more boldly. In quiet, unspoken moments, a promise began to form, one that had no place in Jaipur's rigid world. She confided in him her desire to escape the suffocating perfection, to leave behind a life where every breath was scheduled and every decision made on her behalf. He listened, offering fragments of dreams of Mumbai, of music schools, of late-night Riyaz sessions and rented rooftops under city stars. They imagined a future drawn not by expectation but by feeling, that outside the stage lights, reality pressed in. Anika's family had already arranged her marriage to Rohan Malhotra, heir to a business empire and a name that would look right beside hers on paper. Wealth matched with wealth, caste aligned with caste. Love irrelevant. When Anika protested, she was reminded of duty. She was told that legacy outlasts emotion, that obedience was the price of respectability. Time narrowed. The engagement was announced, the wedding date set. Her future locked in golden silk. Then a final breath of rebellion. She proposed they leave Runaway before the wedding, board a midnight train to Mumbai, and begin anew. Just the two of them and the lives they longed for. Midnight came. She waited at the station. One suitcase, trembling hands, and a heart full of hope. Hours passed. Announcements echoed. Faces came and went, but not his. No word. No explanation, only absence, and with it, devastation. She returned home not as a woman in love, but as a bride-to-be, her eyes hollow, her dance mechanical. She married the man her family chose. She smiled when the camera clicked. She moved as tradition commanded. But something inside her had gone still. She no longer danced to tell a story. She danced because it was required. Years passed. Jaipur changed, but not enough. Then one Holi, the festival of colors and renewal, she heard a sound threading through the marketplace, a sitar melody that lived somewhere deep in her memory. She followed it, heart hesitant, soul burning with forgotten recognition. There, seated on a small platform beside a tea vendor, was Arav, older, weary, but playing with the same longing she had once known. He looked up, their eyes met. No words passed between them, but everything was said. Regret, silence, the ache of a moment never lived. He had not run. He had stayed for his family, for their safety, for reasons that made sense only to the world around them, but never to their hearts. They stood apart, yet closer than they had ever been. He continued playing. She turned away, and the wind carried the music back to her like a memory faint, beautiful, unfinished. Under the same saffron sky where it all began, their story ended not with resolution, but with understanding. In a world where tradition governed the dance, they had once dreamed of a rhythm all their own. But love, like melody, often fades before the final note. And in the rhythm of tradition, their hearts danced alone.